it would help if I send my voice to the mixer so you can all hear me. I don't have every name on the screen. This is a playtest. It would help if I send my voice to the mixer. I just heard
Is it working?
myself. Yes. I have heard myself. What I'm doing right now is I'm just making sure that I pop out that chat for all of you friends of ours on the Twitch, and make sure I get Josh his name title. We are playing a playtest of Shadows over Driftchapel tonight. And this is a current Kickstarter that has been launched by our friends over at Absolute Tabletop. It is an adventure kit that allows for infinite and endless adventure possibilities. If you have ever seen their any-nominated kit, Oath of the Frozen King, it's just like that. They have strong thematic language and an evocative setting, and a generation system that allows you for any level of Dungeons and Dragons to make magic happen. So why don't we go around and introduce ourselves? Let's begin with Josh, as it gives me a moment to type his name.
I'm Josh. Type my name. Hi. Are we introducing characters or just ourselves?
Both.
Okay, well, I'm done introducing myself. My character is Samaritan. He is a zealot and a bit of a crazy person, but a local religious celebrity. So, that's fun.
What is he most known for in the religious community?
Annually dying and being resurrected so that I can tell the general masses what true pain feels like and how it's nothing to be afraid of. And that the glory of agony awaits around the corner.
All right. That is. Tell us a little bit about agony. We discussed agony a little bit as it relates to your home village.
Yes, agony is a saint. It's a statue, particularly. They worship idols, and this particular idol is agony, and she looks pretty bad. Like when you look at her, she looks like agony, and he's venerated her all of his life, and he thinks she's pretty cool, if a little scary. The only thing he's afraid of is the fact that one day he will die, fully, and won't come back. And then at that point, all the things that he hears in the night, things that he hears in his head, he'll finally meet those.
Interested to see. And you are the deputy of this operation?
I am. Samaritan is a little surprised that he's been deputized, but he's leaning into it. He thinks that agony has a place for him in this role, and so he's learning to enjoy it.
Good deal. Popping to the left of Josh on the stream is Laugh Love Lindy, making a second appearance in this setting.
Hi, I'm Lindy, and I will be reprising my role that I began yesterday as Scarlet Setsuko, pirate captain. Though if anyone asks, she's definitely not a pirate captain or a cultist. That would be silly. Those things are illegal. Why would I be any of those? But yeah, I'm just helping out my local law enforcement today. I'm not a witness today. Today I'm the friend of Albert Whitewhiddle, and I'm selling him out because I heard there was a large sum of money involved, and money.
Yeah.
Money. It's a crime.
It makes sense. So,
well, I'm excited to see how Scarlet fills her new role as non-murderer and certainly not a pirate.
And definitely not a cannibal.
No kidneys will be eaten in the making of this adventure. Nope. To the left of Lindy, we have a picture of designer Matt Click. Hi, Matt. And to the left of Matt's picture is the wonderful TK. Hello.
It's me. It's TK.
Hello.
You pull the string out of her back and let it go, and that's what she says. It's me. It's TK.
It's me. I'm here for murder. Yay. Today I am playing Kayembe Okoro. She has been a magical consultant to the constabulary for about 23 years. She is 2 years from retirement. She has been asked to shadow the active deputy for this case, and she's sick of this shit.
I know that life. No, it's
She's a human necromancer.
so right along with the web DM bot goes, "It's me, it's TK." Quote number 4. So I've thrown into chat the link to Tabletop Loot. They are a sponsor of the channel, friends of the show. Make sure you use that code WebDM15 to get 15% off dice, t-shirts, mugs, etc. at tabletoploot.com. And with that, our story begins.
Ooh.
Rain falls on the barony of Strand. The streets and waterways that trap the town of Driftchapel in its tangles are stained with blood. A simple man, a church-going man, has been slain in front of a floating draconic throne of radiance known as the Memory of Her Majesty. Our investigation begins at the scene of the crime, which emits the familiar aroma of murder most foul. A witness stands being questioned by the arbiters of the coming darkness. So there is a heavy downpour, and before you stands a rock gnome who is pulling a large sack of old potatoes, which is all he could afford to feed his family. And he is being questioned by the authorities at the scene of a crime. An individual has been slain. It's a very tall man. He looks like he'd be about 6.5 feet tall. He's flat on his back. And you can see that one of his arms has been severed clean, and that he has burn marks all over his right leg.
How did this man die? What were his final moments?
Well, he said, "Ah!" as his limbs were pulled from his body by the aquatic terrors of the briny deep. Kind of says, and he does this with his fingers.
Aquatic terrors, you say?
Aquatic terrors, the sleeping ones come crawling out, and they got hold of this man. I think he was a deacon.
Oh, well, that's a shame. One of us knows this guy, right?
Oh, yeah. No. No.
You might. You know Albert Whitewhittle, but you actually... go ahead and roll a D100 for me, and let's see if you know this guy.
All right. 58.
All right. What about Scarlet, and what about Kayembe? Did I get that somewhat close?
Kayembe.
Kayembe.
Let's take a look. Da-na-na-na-na. Boop. Boop. I got a 50 even.
All right. Lindy knows Scarlet Setsuko recognizes this individual as one Edgar Alberg, who was in fact a deacon of the Church of the Sun Prince, and he was mostly known as being a philanthropist in the community. He made sure all the kids got to school on time. He made sure that they had books, and he also made sure that most of the people in the community never went hungry, and he would work extra hours down at the church, doing odd jobs, gardening, preventative maintenance, and for all intents and purposes, he was known as a good, upstanding man.
Oh, this is philanthropist Edgar Albert. He's a deacon of the church. Upstanding individual and all that.
So he wouldn't have any enemies then?
mean, unless someone really doesn't like the church.
I mean, plenty of people don't like the church.
Yeah.
Kayembe, what would you do in this situation? Walk me through it. Is this should I question a witness or take clues?
How long have
You
you been
know.
on the scene?
Me, like,
You've
I'm just
you've
checking.
only
Did
been
we
here
just,
on. You have not
Okay.
been here long. You have just started talking to the witness.
Okay,
Yeah.
we just arrived, and you said it's raining.
It is a heavy downpour, and above where the man lies is a floating throne that looks like it was put together through dragon scales that emits a bright, radiant light, and it is floating about 15 feet in the air. It's a local
Yeah.
landmark.
Do we have any? Kayembe will look at the body and sort of kneel next to it. Do we have any idea how long this body has been here?
Oh, he got whacked about 15 minutes ago.
We better check and see if there are any tracks in the mud. Then we'll lose them in the rain.
yeah, shit, that was not long ago.
Can I look? You said his hand was severed.
His whole left arm has been torn.
Can I
So
look
let
for
them
his
keep
left
on.
arm?
Yeah. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like you to make a perception check, and I would like TK to make a survival check, in order to or investigation, whichever's higher, in order to find the muddy tracks.
Kayembe will also look at Samaritan and say, look at his burns, see whether or not they were magical.
Oh gosh.
I got a 13 for survival.
That's pretty good. You can see that the trail goes, but the trail looks to be heavy, muddy boots.
I will. I'll look at the burns. I myself am covered in scars, and some self-inflicted, some not. I'm kind of used to this kind of thing. Do they look like pretty natural burns, like from a torch or a candle or
No,
a holy
they don't.
instrument?
They don't look like that at all. It almost looks like he has been whipped with a flail that would have been emitting hellish fire.
I say that. I with certainty that must be what it was. A flail burning. Scored his body, marked him. He experienced a bit.
I don't remember no flail. That's what the gnome says.
What did you see?
There was a creature. The creature tore his arm off, and then beat him with it, and then chucked his arm into the water, which you can see Scarlet Setsuko has managed to find the arm floating in the water. Don't eat it.
Why would she? That's such a weird thing to say.
Her eyebrows don't lie. And with that, no, he says he saw this large creature.
Yeah. Samaritan's gonna pull out his morning star in the shape of a one of the saints. It's like a nice carved metal saint, and he's gonna say, "Well, we should kill this thing, wherever it is. Can you guys find it? Just point me in that direction."
I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but
No, it's okay.
you're supposed to find it.
Oh boy, I don't know why they gave me this job. I'm gonna take a look around for tracks, even though somebody already found them, right?
Yeah, Kayembe, as soon as you start looking around, Kayembe will kind of gently on your shoulder tilt you towards the tracks to kind of like assist you.
These muddy tracks look like they're heavy boots. They're not any aquatic terror. They sort of form a circle. They turn around about face, and then they jet, heading deep down the twisted alleyways of Driftchapel, the coastal town that you are in.
Can we tell by the stride or the weight in the boot how big this person was?
This person would be mechanically a medium-sized creature, but
I mean,
based on you that's but for comparison, and
Okay.
there is a gnome there that's small.
That's true. We know it wasn't the gnome.
You know
Also,
that this would
no.
be most likely a svelte creature with that appears, based off of your best guess, they're in good athletic shape. There's good form left in those impressions. They're not wheeling about, not to mention how slick it is. The last light of the sky is leaving the clouded sky, and it is getting quite dark around you.
We should probably hurry. But before we go, Scarlet,
Yes.
you know this man. You know him.
Yes,
better
I've
than
heard of
anyone.
him. Yes, encountered him on occasion.
Hi, Kat.
The dead man, we're talking about this guy here, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the dead. Yeah,
Yes, the deacon, the religious fellow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
So, no enemies.
Unless there was someone who hated the church. Tend to target those people generally target priests.
Everybody roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, I forgot I was using real
alright.
dice this time.
All right. 15.
Oh, that's cool. Whatever.
18.
That's gonna be a 6.
Yay.
That's fine. I just like to make you guys roll initiative to make you nervous.
Cool.
So
I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
beneath the planks, I need Scarlet to make an athletics check with disadvantage or acrobatics.
Okay. Well, I'm proficient in both, but I'll take the acrobatics.
So 25 gets you. So beneath the plank of the wooden street, a large brutish arm comes up, grapples and grabs hold of you and is pulling you down into the water. And this happens. You are essentially grappled, and then it moves and it pulls you into the
All
water.
right. Well, okay.
All right. The rest of you can go on your initiatives now.
Okay. So let's see. That'd be me next?
He is.
Okay.
Or unless Scarlet's in front of you, right?
I'm 18.
Scarlet, yeah, Scarlet is in front of me.
Right. Well, this fella's pulling me down into the water. It's a big brutish arm. Like, what does this fellow look like?
All right. Well, it's very dark under there, and the last light left the sky, and you are underwater. Now, as a half-elf, you do have some dark vision.
I do.
There are large, bulbous eyes. Its fish lips are kind of protruding out. It's covered in muck, slime, filth, and its eyes begin to glow a bright orange.
Okay. Do I feel like this is an individual I should be worshipping, or probably stabbing? Due to my cultish affiliations.
Well, based off of your cultist affiliations, there's a couple of
Yeah, I don't see
points to make.
tentacles. So I'm questioning.
No, it doesn't have tentacles, but it did come from the sea. However, it does kind of have a little angler doodaddly on top of its head.
Okay.
You don't feel like you should be worshipping it. You probably feel that it worships similar things as you, though.
Okay. Well, then I will stab it instead. Forthwith. First I will slashy, and then I will stabby, and then I will sneak attacky. If a 15 hits, if 25 hits.
A 25 definitely hits.
Okay. Does the 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Okay. Then he will take 12 plus 9, 21 points of damage.
Nice.
That's enough to kill him.
And then I just kind of I like
Make some Murloc sound.
swim back up.
I will.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
give
trying to
Scarlet a
can
hand.
I drag it up with me?
Yeah, you can attempt to do that.
Okay.
As 2 more are attempting to grab you.
Oh dear.
Can I use my action to pull her up?
Yeah. In fact,
Okay.
let me know if you beat a 16.
Athletics or just a strength check?
Athletics.
Okay.
Suppose athletics.
Oh, I only got a 12.
She's getting pulled back in.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rage. Although I've already taken my action to be.
You haven't taken an action yet, have you? Fighting them was kind of a reaction.
Okay. Well, in which case, I'm going to start singing hymns and invoking holy glory.
All right.
And rage. And
Raging
pull
is
harder.
your bonus action. All right, now make an athletics check. Let me know if you beat an 8.
I'm going to pull harder. That is a natural 20 plus my 5, so
Ooh.
25.
Up she comes. You raise her, like it's a swing
Yank
dance
her.
competition. Just up into the air. She goes all the way up. You've recovered her.
Yeah. I love it.
The orange eyes beneath the surface of the water start scattering.
Your assistance was appreciated. I dispatched the first one, and 2 more arrived.
I just vibrate at you. I'm still singing. I just yeah.
Thank you, Deputy.
So that's my action.
Probably should put some
Meanwhile,
caution codes around this boardwalk
Kayembe
area.
is caught Albert Whitewhittle. He's arrested. He's being turned in.
No, she's just kind of boredly watching, just like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this isn't going to be a 30-minute thing. That's fine. I don't have anything I'd like to watch tonight, or didn't have.
You only
tickets
have
to
90 more
play.
minutes, though.
That's
It's
fine.
a 2-hour session.
Yeah. So, do they follow them out of the water?
No. They take off like the cowards they are.
Excellent. So then initiative's over.
Yes, you are now out of initiative.
Awesome. Kayembe anyway will just sort of look over like, are you coming, or did you perhaps have other plans in mind? And she'll tap her deputy badge twice and cast mage armor on herself as she says that.
Is she talking to Samaritan?
Yeah.
Okay, no, yes, Samaritan starts to quiet down and mumble. He's like, "Yeah, no, let's go."
We suspect do we have a suspect yet, or
Suspect? Well, we don't need one. There's evil afoot.
okay? Yes, excellent.
Your number one suspect is Albert Whitewhittle.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Excellent.
I seen him.
I'm confused. Albert is not the dead guy.
No, that is Edgar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's not your fault. All of the names sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's Cuthbert Whitewhittle. It's Alice Whitewhittle.
Everybody in my town was named like Temperance or Courage or Samaritan. So yeah, all these names are strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Go on.
go ahead. Oh, Kayembe looks at the rock gnome and just asks, "Did you see which way he went?"
I only seen the sea creature. The man. There was a man. He did a lot of shouting. He's very confused. It's difficult to be an eyewitness, and he explains. He goes, Maybe if you gave me something to alleviate all the stress and trauma I've been through to help refresh my memory.
Well, I suppose I could ask you if you saw where the murderer went, or I could raise this body from the ground to beat you bloody.
He does a little Nomi two finger, and he's like, I seen the body, the man that made that body. You make me nervous. He ran that way, and he points to exactly where you see the boots taken off.
Excellent. Totally worked out.
I like your methods of interrogation. They're very inspiring.
They're against
go
the
on.
rules. I'm gonna file a complaint with the deputy.
You do exactly that.
Turns to Samaritan. She's really mean.
Yeah, it's her job. You should tell the truth.
Yeah, Kayambi will look over her notes again, and this is your address? This is your correct address?
Just for clarification, because I didn't go over it earlier, what are Kayembi's preferred pronouns?
Oh, she, her.
Okay, yeah, because I was just like, she's really mean.
Yeah, Kayambi's a lady. A really grumpy lady.
Apparently, just like
Has
it's
tickets to a play tonight.
Let's take it to the play.
first date of 9 years.
Oh, yeah.
Sprung for the tickets myself and convinced
Since
them
her
to
kids
go.
left home.
Yeah. So, can you rephrase the question? I was busy making funnies about you.
I'm going to pull up my whip and threaten to strike him.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's-
police
got everything
brutality,
we-
and I don't allow that.
Wow.
They'll rise up against you. You
That's
think
fine.
there are other eyes on this scene? He kind of points at the windows. And in this area, yeah, there's, some shopkeepers. There's some hired muscle that's standing outside. They're kind of
Yeah.
looking you up and down.
Kayambe will look at Samaritan and just sort of like a no, I'm the bad cop. Let me be the bad cop. No.
Well, I enjoy both pain and death, so... But I guess social embarrassment is also pretty bad.
Justice first.
There is no
Yes.
longer a light in the sky. It is pitch black.
That's
In a few minutes, the lamplighters will come by to light here. But you all know, based off of your time living in this city or this town, it is not safe in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kayembe will go ahead and pull out a regulation lantern for night patrols and light it up.
All right.
Good.
I'm a deputy, I know what's up.
A small little fey creature that's inside the lamp wakes up, stretches its arms, gives off a little light, and starts flying around. Your fairy light is now on duty.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, Kayembe will put in a small slice of sweetbread in there to keep its energy up.
Yeah, it takes it and it. I'm not gonna have it rub it on its armpits. No. Yeah.
I mean, you could.
Yeah,
It's a lemon bunt cake, so
it eats it
little slice of
way
lemon.
too fast. Just starts licking its fingers and then starts. It's going. It'll go for a long time. Phew, 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 phew.
Kayembe
this
will-
is,
This
Sorry.
body, do we leave it here in the street? Currently.
I mean, if you know,
I'll take it. Tell me where to take it to, says the gnome.
Perhaps you should go ahead and get those potatoes back to your family. And Kayembe will look over at Scarlet and tell her, don't worry, the cleaners will be up later to clean up the crime scene.
These
All right,
ain't
I'm just-
potatoes, it's my brother. And he holds it upside down and a second gnome falls out. He just stands up next to him.
Very odd.
But I'll just move it aside so no one trips over this corpse until the cleaners get here, and then I'm just gonna kind of shove it away, and I'm just gonna be like,
No.
Yeah, Kayembe
No.
keeps very close watch on that because her first assumption is that Scarlet will attempt to take something off the body.
Like his fingers.
I just scoot it up. I'm being watched, but I'll just, if I get a little blood, I'm like, oh, blood.
I'm going to attempt to start tracking while they discuss what to do with the body.
Yeah.
If that's okay. That's okay with the crowd.
So are you attempting to track the boots that go running out?
Yes.
You can
They
see
go in
very
the same-
clearly where they go. They're going right towards what would be the far eastern part of town that leads to the Withered Road. The Withered Road, the next stop on the road is about 6 miles away, which takes about a half a day to get there. You'd have to ride through the night. However, you may overtake Albert long before then. Especially if he's on foot.
Yes. Albert he has a hook for a hand, so if there's any ladders, he's going to be a little bit slower. He's a former crew member of mine.
Former crew member, huh?
Yes.
What do you do?
Oh, I deal in trade.
That's very vague, but I
I'm
accept
the
it.
captain of a ship, the SS Chum Guzzler.
Oh,
Kayembe has her notebook open and it's just hook hand, no
Chum
ladders.
Guzzler.
It's the Chum Guzzler.
Chum Guzzler.
The name of my vessel.
Well,
Question
My
mark,
flagship,
question mark, question
really.
mark.
okay.
He was a
Okay.
former crew member of mine.
Are we afraid of the dark? It is very dark.
We should be afraid of the dark. Kayembe offers you a slice of cake wordlessly for your own lantern.
I don't.
It's a-
do I-
It's a regulation lantern. All deputies have one for evening and night
okay.
patrols.
I was going to use an actual torch, but it is raining, so I'll use the lantern.
All right, you toss the sweetbread in there, and a little flame skull ignites. When it looks at you with its hollow, flamey eyes, and it's just sort of like, if it could throw the horns at you and be like, heavy metal, dude, it would, but it has no
That's
arms or
awesome.
anything. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah.
Awesome lantern.
And it's eating, and you can see the sweetbread shoot through its mouth and out the back of its skull because it has no, no insides.
It's just toast, and it smells like it's cooking
Yeah,
all
it
over
smells
again.
like raisin toast.
Uh,
It's probably like a little ash depository in the bottom. It's
just-
overflowing. Never change it. It's like a
this
filter.
the spirit, the spirits of the city are so strange to me. Anyway,
You should see the spirits of the sea. Whew. Those are real
Mm.
exciting.
maybe
All
one day.
right, farm boy, let's go.
Okay, so you're saying we shouldn't follow him in the dark?
We should, but now we have lanterns, so that will help. Would we, as night patrol people, have any access to transportation beyond being on foot?
Yes. You can, so you can get access to the iron horses. However, you will have to leave something as collateral.
Hmm.
So these are kind of like hover horses. They are hovercraft shaped like horses, and they can travel very, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like over water or land?
Either.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't recommend taking it into the ocean, though.
Okay. Won't do. Well, to paraphrase a lyric, let's get on our bikes and ride.
Do we just deposit these items in like a box, or
You're going to have to go check them out from one of the other city constables. The sect pays good money to the city police to rent their transportation from time to time. So you go to the Fire and Steel stables. There is a large, ominous, almost like a sinister chess piece horse icon above the door. And with that, there is a man inside. He is skinny. You can tell he's just started to grow facial hair. So the word man's used loosely. And in fact, upon even closer examination, He's probably a skunk boy of about age 15 or so, and he's just kind of sitting there, overly dressed for the being a stable worker. And as you come in, he kind of says, "We're closed," but he doesn't stop you from coming in.
As deputy, I was hoping maybe you'd just be open. We need transportation.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't have come here. Duh.
That's very true. That's very true. The Samaritan pulls his hand away from his whip. So, what can we do to get one quickly now?
So, all right. So, what kind of transportation do you need? I assume you're here for the Iron Horses.
Sebastian, don't be rude.
Oh, Samaritan?
No, Kayembe comes here all the time, so she's speaking directly to the clerk.
Okay.
Please, call me Boz.
Boz. Can we have the usual, please? And we need an extra one.
Well, I was giving
I'm
you
not
the
sure.
usual, what with all the sass and stuff, but
Cute.
I'm not supposed to lend out any horses to the church. You guys are behind on your payments, so if you're leaving collateral, it better be good. Like, it better be her swords. Or that arm she's carrying.
Why on? I think Kayembe like looks over her shoulder like, "Are you kidding me?
But if
Why did you bring that?"
well, it's
Evidence.
although if he wants it as collateral, I suppose, as long as we bring the horses back, get the arm back as evidence, and everything will be fine.
All right, we'll leave the arm, and I'll throw in something a little extra for you, boss, if they have already been filled up with fuel.
Oh, they're good to go. These babies, I've been charging them all day.
I appreciate that. And if you happen to see Albert Whitewhittle come by here, just stall him.
He was already here earlier.
Was he?
Yeah.
And she flips open her notebook. Did he borrow anything from you?
No, he came in, he shouted, he said something about an iron horse, and I said something about us being closed, and he rolled his eyes and left.
Did he have an iron horse when he left?
No, but he had what looked like a really bad limp.
Did he seem particularly desperate?
Albert always seems desperate.
It's very true.
You know, he used to be a pirate.
Really?
Well, that's what he
Scribble,
says.
scribble, scribble.
We got him so loaded with liquor the other night, he started telling all these tales about the high seas. I think most of it was made up. He's not... I mean, look at him. He looks like if he was on a boat, he'd... Bleh! In no time. Bleh!
And this man ripped off someone's arm?
Well, yeah, he does have that hook hand.
Does
But he
have to
probably
be
used that. He probably used one of his pocket monsters to do it.
A pocket monster.
I want you to repeat
Yes.
that. What is
Does the arm that's been ripped off have any hook gouges in it?
As far as you can tell, it does have a lot of pucker marks on it.
pucker marks? So the thing that attacked Scarlet,
Yes.
did it have pucker marks?
No, unfortunately, no, they did
No,
not
that one,
have
no.
any puckers or pucker
What does not that one mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It's strange.
I thought we were describing a specific entity, correct?
Yeah,
That
well,
one had nothing on it.
Yeah, but then Grant was like, not that one, and I'm like, implying that one of the other two that were gonna attack you did have.
Potentially. There's all sorts of strange and wonderful things beneath the waters.
Oh, wow.
Boss says, tell you what. Let me come with you. And you don't have to leave any collateral.
I pick up my arm.
All right.
Do you have any skills for hunting murderers?
I got horses, iron ones. You seem to have wanted those.
Okay, well, if you stay with the iron horses the entire time and don't take them back here while we're investigating, then yes, you may come with us.
Look, I've wanted to go down that withered road for a long time, and this is my chance. And he pulls open a drawer and he pulls out a beautiful flintlock pistol. You know, it is very well crafted. It also looks quite old, possibly one of the first. And he loads it and then drops it into a holster. And then he goes, "All right, I'll get the keys and meet you out front."
Up. Before we go, and she opens up her briefcase and pulls out a consultation waiver. She's, could you just here, and then initial here, and then, excuse me, Samaritan, could you sign this?
I don't know how to read.
Oh, just make your mark here. That's all right.
have
Do
a
you
mark.
mind if I, and she'll just like hold up a pin, like a sewing pin.
Samaritan pricks himself and then.
Yep, and into his box, and then holds it up to boss.
Why you gotta prick me?
Can you write your name?
I will, yeah. And he
Okay.
he runs over to the desk drawer, he grabs an entire thing of ink, dips 4 of his fingers into it, pulls it out, and kind of smears it around, and he goes, "There! It's
I
words."
love your artisticness in this.
Yeah. The waiver where he signs the waiver kind of like glows, and she
felt
just
it.
like she blows on it and then folds it up and files it away. You understand, we cannot be held responsible for anything that happens to you during this investigation.
Now that you guys wouldn't be responsible anyways. Once I leave town, I'm outside of your jurisdiction.
It's true. Why would you leave town?
Mm-hmm.
Reasons. A kind of eye Samaritan.
Kayambi checks her pocket watch and then, that sounds good enough for me.
Yeah, we should go.
Yes, let us get on these iron vessels, these land ships, if you will.
All right. He runs into a back room, and you hear a loud, "Ooh, ooh," and these kind of floating horse-like creatures appear in the front. They are hovering about 2 feet above the ground. Ooh, ooh, and there are 3 of them. So who's gonna jump him back? He's like on one. He's like,
Oh, I will. This sounds fun.
anyone but. All right, he says.
Yeah. Kayambi's already on one, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, we asked for 4, so it's his fault that he has to share one with Scarlet. Not that Scarlet, is Scarlet particularly devilish looking?
Oh, she's actually quite attractive. She's got high charisma. She's very charming.
For those of you longtime fans of Lindy, this is the same Scarlet that seduced both Strahd von Zarevich and Mordenkainen in the same adventure session.
Yes.
Good lord.
Within minutes of each other.
Within minutes of each other. It was a rough day for Bad Boy Grant. But a good
After
day
I
for.
murdered the entire party I was with because I was charmed.
She got charmed, killed the entire party, and they had to deal with Lindy's overpowered character because she got charmed.
PBH, it
Oh,
kind
they
of
were
sounds
all the
win-win for
exact
Strahd.
same level.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
same level.
That sounds win-win for Strahd. So.
All right, so here we go. We are headed towards the Withered Road. The Withered Road is a long road that goes across the entire barony. There are small villages and stops along the way, and it leads all the way up to the seat of the barony, which is beyond the scope of this adventure. However, it is a dangerous and dark road filled with impending doom. In fact, ghasts are known to roam these streets. With that, our adventure continues within the dark fog, gloam-covered thoroughfare that leads through the countryside. So I have a question. You are all going on a journey now. I need to know who's keeping track of time, who's keeping track of any supplies you bring with you, who is scouting ahead to make sure it's safe, and who do you trust to be essentially the pace setter?
I'll keep track of supplies. I'm very good with inventory.
I'm sure.
It's all the shipping.
Mm.
Done it for years.
Mm-hmm.
From trading.
Yes.
I suppose I'll scout and kind of be in the front. I'm not particularly stealthy, but we are on giant metal horses that make a lot of sound.
Noise.
Like, do they make a lot of sound?
Yes, they do, but you could always dismount, scout ahead, a quarter mile, then come back. It's, it's dark and it's late and it takes time to do these things, but it's safe. Also, it could be that you scout ahead on the horse looking for the safest trails and then come back.
That sounds more like what he would do. Yes. So I will do that.
All right, I'd like you to make an investigation check. I would like the supplies keeper make a survival check.
Oh dear.
Who's keeping track of the time?
Kayembe is. She's got
make a nature check.
Awesome.
I got a 14.
Oh, why do I keep pretending I don't have dice
Not
sitting
proficient
right
and I have no wisdom, but I got a 14. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm the dumbest person in this party. I have to make an investigation roll, and I got a 2. I'm very good at investigation. It's fine.
Make a stealth roll as well.
I should have scouted ahead. I realized this.
Yeah.
now.
Yes. I think so.
But it's fine.
But for some reason, Saint Agony was in my corner. I rolled a natural 20, so 21.
Oh, yeah. So even though it's taking you a little longer to find this safest trails, no one knows that you are even there. Kind of like my life. And what did TK get? Kayembe.
I got a 9. Oh wait, where's the dot? I got a 9.
You're
Dice
it might be that the rain is throwing you off and there's no positioning of the sun and it's so cloudy you can't see the stars, but you are taking slightly longer than you should. Likewise, the paths and trails you're taking are not the cleanest cut trails. They're the rougher trails, so you are being delayed. With that, Boz is turning to Scarlet Setsuko and is like, hey, give me one of them fingers from your arm. Just one of them fingers.
Sure. I'll just snatch it off, hand it to him.
He takes it, he slides it in a bun, pulls out like a little mustard packet, goes down.
Oh, do you have extra mustard?
No, but I sell mustard.
Are you sure you don't have just a little extra mustard to spare?
Yeah, I got a little extra mustard.
Yeah.
As long as you have a couple extra fingers.
Oh, I do believe we can make some kind of arrangement. Is finger sandwich now?
Yeah.
What kind of setting have I put my character into?
and
Dear God.
and it's funny because Boz, like, he's like pretend eating it, and he's like just sliding it past his mouth, just. And he just figured it out. He's like, I knew it. I've heard stories. I've heard stories.
Pretend.
Yeah.
If you're not going to eat it, then hand it over.
No, I ate it. Good.
I'm literally sitting behind you on the horse. If you just move it past your face, I'm sitting behind you.
Oh boy.
And he's just like, horse goes on. Cut to Samaritan, who has scouted about 30 yards ahead of the party. You are scouting, and you are scouting through the rough road. When you see 3 humanoid figures wide in front of you, and the trees to either side of you are coming in closely. What do you do?
Well, I lick my fingers.
You said I see 3 figures in front of me, like spread out. Is that what you mean?
They're near each other, kind of like Fezzik, Vizini, and Indigo in The Princess Bride. Excuse me. No, except they're standing slightly above you.
Mhm.
They are just stout. The rain's almost looks like it's bouncing off of them as it hits. They're standing very stoically. They're backlit by the occasional lightning, but
And were you using poetic license when you said the trees were coming down around me?
well, the trees are moving closer to you.
Okay, they're actually moving closer to me.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up my battle axe and move my horse closer. What horse? My air jet ski. My horse. I'm gonna move it closer
Do you turn it
towards.
long ways around? Woo! That's my lights and everything.
Ooh, nice.
Hi, everybody. My name's Grant.
The how far in front of the figures?
They're about 15 feet in front of you. I guess I can untether myself to make sure that I stop doing that. So essentially, they're about 15 feet in front of you. You notice a humanoid figure who's been struck down in front of them. He does have a hook hand, and he's moving. You can see he's breathing. A voice speaks out. Well, it's going to let you identify yourself first. You look like you were ready to go.
Oh yeah. It's just like I'm Samaritan the Zealot, and you don't happen to be Albert, do you? And I'm gonna try to get away from the trees by moving forward, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, as you step forward, a voice is called out from the three humanoids who stand above the fallen form. Don't come one step closer, or we will kill you. And everyone will know it was us, and everyone will know it was you.
Mm.
Well, at least they'll leave your face.
The rest of the party will arrive here in about 2 rounds. Go ahead and roll initiative. You can keep talking, I just want it to be ready to go if it's there.
Totally, yeah. I got an 11. Average.
So you are sandwiched between the elves that are pretending to be trees and the dwarves, the gas, the stone people.
They're elves pretending to be trees. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, they've created these illusion spells around them so they can kind of pretend to be trees, and then they just move with their fake trees.
Everybody does that. Yeah, absolutely. I am. I'm going to say that Albert needs to come in for questioning.
Well,
And
he can't do that. He was trespassing in our lands, the lands you and your kind took from us.
is Albert on the ground? Does he appear to be dead?
No, he's breathing.
Oh, he's breathing. Okay. That's a shame. I didn't want to have to kill anybody tonight, although that's a lie. And so I'm
If you,
I'm good. Go on.
They pull out large, heavy axes. And the elves draw strange looking, to you they're strange, Monsieur Barbarian. They're pulling out large wooden staffs that are wrapped in metal, similar to the device that Sebastian drew. I assume that you and your people are less proficient with firearms.
Probably, yeah. I don't imagine there's a lot of that. I'm sure gunpowder is used more for
Fireworks.
Fireworks or deadly rituals. I'm sure he's been set on fire or had part of him blown up before.
He's well familiar with gunpowder.
Yeah, before. Yeah. He is going to. He's going to spring into action. Then he's going to take out his Morning Star in his offhand. He's going to move away from the figures so that he's trying not to be sandwiched.
Okay. So you do that. Weapons are drawn. You are moving back. The elves are going to open fire on you.
Okay. My AC is 16.
It helps if I type D instead of C. So one misses and one shoots you with a blunderbuss. So
Nice.
you take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
With that, the other members of the party, the other gas, these stone-skinned dwarves, are going to try to descend upon you. They are going to throw hand axes at you.
Okay.
And after they go, it will be Kayembe and Scarlet's turn, but they will be far away. They're not engaged in melee. They can decide what they want to do from a distance.
When do I go?
Oh, you moved away, right? You said you drew your weapons and moved away from them.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was in combat initiative. Can I
Yeah,
because I didn't take an action.
Okay, well, what would your action have been?
To rage and if I pass one of the elves to smack him.
Okay, so bonus action rage. You would not be in range of the elves. They're not engaged with you as far as melee is concerned. If you did run up to one, they would be able to do more attacks on you as you disengage, or you'd provoke an attack of opportunity.
Now then I would just rage and move back.
Okay, you're raging and rage and get out of
40 feet. I forgot barbarians get the speed bonus.
So your rage is up. So 9 points of damage from the first one, 10 points of damage from the first hand axe that hits you, another 5 points of damage from the second hand axe that hits you.
So the first one goes to 4.
Yes.
And then the second one,
and
10,
then 5, and then 2.
Oh, okay. So the first attack was 9, goes to 4. Second attack was a 10, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then 5 and then 2.
Yep. And then, so the rest of the party, Kayembe and Scarlet Setsuko, you are essentially far away from the combat. So they're like 120 feet away. You can kind of hear Samaritan coming crashing back. It is very dark. Samaritan, did you have your lantern on you while you were sneaking about, searching, scouting?
Is it like bullseye? Like I can close it and open it, or is it like a regular?
No, it's a flame skull in a jar.
You could
drop a hood over it, then pull it out, look around, and cover him up again. You might not like that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, like maybe putting a cloak over it. So yeah, I'd have it on me. But if it was something that he had to like handle, like he wouldn't have. He might have even dropped it if he was expecting a fight.
All right. So with that, all right, you're good. Let's cut back to our other two party members. What would you like to do? You're kind of at range.
Yes, we're a bit far away,
range.
aren't we?
Mm-hmm. But you hear this commotion.
Excellent. I would like to blend in with the shadows. I'd like to kind of start heading that direction, but sneakily. Have my sword's drawn out and ready.
You can use your passive stealth, whatever that is. They are
That's
not going to notice you. Yeah, they are not going to notice you if you are sneaking. It is essentially beyond them at this point.
Excellent. Well, then yes, I'll just sneak up as close as I can get. Have my swords ready to attack in case someone comes at me.
And Kayembe?
Can I see them?
How far can you see in dim and dark light?
Oh god, she's human, so she only has her lantern. So they were like way out beyond.
Yeah, Samaritan doesn't have his lantern on.
Okay. Then she will wait and she will hold an action for a cluster of hostiles.
Okay.
I mean, basically she's holding sleep. for a cluster of hostiles.
Okay. With that, we are going to go back to Samaritan's turn at the top of initiative.
How are we in like thick woodlands, or
There's a clearing. You went into thicker woods, and you're coming out through more of a clearing.
Okay. How close am I to one of the elves?
You are about 40 feet.
So I can get to it within melee. He's looking for cover though. If he's just going to be a target in the middle of the clearing, he's not that dumb. He's not just going to sit there and be pelted. So can he engage one of the elves within some amount of obscurity? Within
yeah, you could go in and kind of use trees to make it so one of your flanks isn't open.
Okay, then I'll do that. He'll rush in there, and once inside the wilderness with a little bit of cover, he's going to engage the elf.
Armor class 13.
Armor class 13. Okay. He's going to do a regular attack with his axe. His axe is in his main hand. That's going to miss. But then he's going to do his second attack. 14, so hit. Okay. And then I'm also going to roll for a bonus action, second attack. And he hit big time. Got a 21.
All right, roll damage.
All right. So the first hit is going to be 6 damage. The second hit is 7. 6 damage, 7 damage.
All right, so 13 points of damage total.
And he's having a blast now. He's been shot, got an axe in his back. Feels good.
Yeah, he's about to get a horse on the side too. Make a dexterity saving throw as one of these dwarves have jumped on your iron horse and is trying to run you over.
Natural 20.
As you duck and he runs right into one of the elves, just the elves you were beating up. Yeah, and the dwarf is like, "Stupid elves!"
The weak shit
Jumps off of the horse as it crashes into a tree, and now the tree is catching on fire. So those of you at range, you can see fire beginning to grow in the rainy woods.
Beautiful light.
Yeah, I should have been having you do some stuff at disadvantage because of the dark light, but whatever. I figure you train blindfolded anyways.
Well, I mean, and they would have had disadvantage to hit me too, so.
Except that they can see. They're dwarves and elves.
That's fine.
Yeah. So your flying horse explodes into one of the trees as the dwarf jumps off of it. A second dwarf is coming up to attack you. Essentially, he is aghast, and he's going to attempt to grapple you.
Aghast. Okay, cool. Is that an opposed athletics? I believe is the.
Yeah.
First time barbarian, I get special bonuses. You have advantage on strength checks, and athletics is a strength check. So okay, let's do this. Come at me, baby. 17.
You chuck this dwarf to the side. The final dwarf attempts to take a chunk out of you with his axe. He got an 8. He doesn't hit you. This is like Ernest Goes to Camp. You know, they just can't. You dodge every weapon. And, gee, I'm glad it's raining. We're not going to do it.
It's raining here. Feels good.
And let's see if the second elf can sharpshoot you. No, he cannot. You have an armor class of 16. He only got a 15, so you are safe. Scarlet Setsuko, you are now close enough to engage either elves or dwarves.
Well, first, do I recognize any of these elves? Is one of these elves my father? So I need to know that.
None of these elves are your...
always check. Always check.
Are the elves of your father. But
what would
Sebastian,
you do if he said yes?
Oh, I
Yes.
wouldn't kill him.
They're all your father.
Every elf.
All right, so I can engage.
It's
what
like
am I
Mamma
doing?
Mia.
The elves are more kind of like hidden, right?
No.
No. Oh, I'm gonna go
They-
after the most straggler of stragglers.
There's an
Watch.
elf off to the side. You could reach him. He's
That's
the
what I
one that
want to
just
do.
took a shot at Samaritan but missed.
I'll do that then. I'll like sneak over, pop up from the underbrush, and then slashity stabity.
Ah! Go ahead, make an attack.
Does 14 hit?
14 does hit.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
9 points of damage. And
9 points of damage.
stabity for 4, and then sneak attack for 12.
Ah! So that takes him out. He was doing pretty good. He was like, oh, I've been slashy and stabby. Ugh.
It was the surprise, and then I duck back down, and did I happen to like slashy or stabby any good bits?
His stomach.
Oh.
So, well, his intestines are starting to pour out.
Yeah,
They
I'll
might
just
be-
I'll just like lick my sword and continue going.
Like, start from the spoon. Cut back to Kayembe.
Gravy.
Gotta say, there's poo in there. Don't bite it. No. No,
That's
the
just
poo.
the lower tract.
I forgot to use a class feature.
You didn't specify intestines.
Just lick the blood off my sword. It's fine.
I
You wanna
assume
eat intestines,
Kayambe
you
still
gotta eat some
can't
poop.
really see anything. Is that right?
Well, you can see plenty because of the fire in the woods now.
Oh yeah, there's a fire in the woods. Whose fault is that?
It's the flying
That's a
horse.
Yeah, fire in the woods. So Kayembe's gonna look for a cluster of dwarves.
There are 3 of them attempting to make Samaritan into Samaritan blankets.
Oh yes. How far away are they?
At this point, they're a good 50 feet from you.
Take a nap. Yeah, she's gonna cast sleep.
Yay!
All right, so go ahead.
Good
and roll
luck,
them
Samaritan.
dice.
Gotta roll a 5d8, so not that one. This one. No, that's a d10. JK. This one. 16. 24. And 31. So 31 hit points.
That 2 dwarves are now sleeping dwarves.
Take a nap.
Yay!
Go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
If you tired, be quiet. All right.
All right.
He's
Now, Boz flips down little goggles, and he draws his flintlock, and he's going to take a shot at an elf, remaining elf. Actually, no, the other elf died because he got ran over by one of the dwarves, so he'll take a shot at this remaining dwarf. Pew. Yep. So he does some damage to him. Just 2 points, though. Pew! And he keeps marching forward with his flintlock, getting him ready to fight it again. He has little night vision goggles. They get covered in the water from the rain. He has little wipers, too. And we cut back to Samaritan's turn. So there's 2 sleeping dwarves.
Was there 3 doors or 2? Is there another one standing?
There's 1 dwarf remaining standing. The other 2 of them are asleep.
Okay. Well, the standing dwarf. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing some old time religion at him as I take some swings. Yep. Talk about the glory of the Lord and all that good stuff.
Praise be.
16 hit.
16 definitely hits.
It's
All right.
time for your confession.
So 17 hit. I was gonna research some hymns and sing those, but I don't know about my singing voice.
Oh man, you should sing the entire time the Holy Temple song from Poltergeist 2. Reverend
Go
Cain.
tell him on the mountain.
God is in his holy town.
Yes. So we're gonna do. It's gonna be 14 damage, 4 of which is radiant. I forgot to do that last time. And even if he's going down, I'm gonna do a follow-up swing. Miss with that one.
All right. You miss as he falls to the ground. It's like your second swing was a follow-up or a swing. So there are 2 sleeping dwarves, 2 dead elves, and 1 dead dwarf, and the breathing, thriving body of Albert Whitewhittle.
Are we dropping out of initiative?
Yes, there is no longer any combatants.
Okay.
I go over and slit the dwarf's throat in the sleep.
Yeah, I'll
No
help.
witnesses.
I'll-
It's very
I've got
difficult
this.
to do
it's
that.
fine, and I'm just gonna like drag him off towards a bush.
They have stone skin.
Oh, well.
Ah! His eyes open up as he dies. Ah!
Yeah,
I just give him a nice little smile.
yeah. I can help with the other one. I'll bury my axe in his face.
All right, well, you do that. I'm just gonna go make sure this elf over here is really as dead as I think he is, and I'm just gonna like do a little butcher work.
The Samaritan gives you an eye.
Kayembe ignores it. At this point, she's like, all right, pocket watch, like, there's the guy, let's
Let's go.
Well, while we're butchering them all, Boss looks at Albert Whitewhittle and he pulls out a knife and he's going up to get him.
up. Not that one.
Why not this one?
That's the one that we actually need to take into for questioning.
What exactly are you going to question him about?
Kayembe actually like turns slowly and like looks over her shoulder at Samaritan like, I'm not really even supposed to be here. It's my night off, so like what actually are we doing here?
Samaritan is kind of technically still in a rage because he just killed somebody. But he's like snapping out of it. And he reaches for his whip. He's like, do we need to discipline someone because we're the law? And
I'd like to see you try to discipline me, Dad, he says.
No. Sun's getting real low, big guy. Let's
Well, stable boy, listen to what we have to say. He's coming in. We want to find out why he killed who he killed and how he killed them, and that's all we're doing.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna go write up that invoice for my horse you exploded.
Thank you. And
I didn't explode it. The dwarf did.
Why did you loan it to the dwarf? Arrgh!
I didn't loan it to the dwarf.
It was stolen, technically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she should have been. It sounded like Gandalf from the Hobbit cartoon there. They must have been stolen. But yeah. So he kind of like fumbles off. He's like, she should have been scouting. Kind of points back at you and then like gives you.
Well, I'll scout on the way back.
yeah. It's okay. That Kayembe will look at Samaritan. It's all right. The waiver covered.
I just give him the thumbs down because all the fingers are gone from that one hand, and there's only the thumb left. So I'll just give him the thumbs down. Look at him.
Can Kayembe take that arm?
You pull it out of it. Hey.
This is evidence.
Yes, I don't know what happened to the fingers.
I'll hold on to it. Thank you.
Yeah, you are. They must have caught and snagged on something while we were riding down here, as I
Very
said.
mysterious.
So mysterious, and I'm just like...
You have some...
Yes. It must have been some of the splatter from when I helped defend you from these
and
vagrants.
some mustard on the other
Oh,
side.
yes. Now, I had a sandwich earlier. I packed a lunch.
Blood and mustard is the name.
Excellent
Ketchup.
foresight.
Ketchup and mustard. Yes.
Yes.
I get really cranky when I get hungry.
Kayembe just like stuffs it into her satchel. Just like, I can't believe. Next to the lemon cake.
So, Albert.
And I've just got like some like elf flank that I'm putting in my bag. It's delicious.
So Albert Whitewhittle is lying on the ground, breathing. drenched by the heavy rain. You have dispatched his attackers and have full custody over him to do as you please. What do you do with him?
It's dark and stormy nights the day I met Albert. It's funny how I reunite again with him on the ground. And I turn around and take a bite of my elf. And I like,
What are you eating?
oh, I had a bite left of sandwich in my pocket.
I want to imagine that she like dabs her mouth with like a monogrammed hanky that also has like a really elaborate like skull and crossbones also.
It's actually like a kraken. It's like a bunch of tentacles.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
A kraken with an eye patch. It's got like her initials like
and like maybe some really cultish symbols on the border.
Yes.
Yeah, like occult symbols, and she's just.
I'd like Samaritan to roll a d20 for me.
Okay. I'm not sure what this is for, but he's given a little prey. So if this is his perception, he's distracted. I got a 12 on a d20.
All right, so this is what you know. You see the fogs coming in around you, and you know that this fog is supernatural and otherworldly. And you know you can scare this fog away just as you lit that tree on fire. If you light more trees on fire, that fog will go away, and this you feel you must do.
Nice. Sounds like a plan. I light up a torch. I light up a torch and thinking this is a completely normal idea.
Yeah.
And I say to Kayembe and Scarlet, like, we should set some things on fire and then leave. Albert, somebody pick up Albert. Actually, I'll do it. I could.
I can carry him if you'd like.
No, you're gonna eat him. I mean,
I'm not going. That is quite the accusation, there, sir.
Yeah, sorry, slip of the tongue. I mean, you're gonna.
Look, he's not part of my crew anymore. I'm not going to beat him.
That's
Technically,
what I
it
meant.
is the active deputy's job.
You hear a groan come out of that body. Oh, and he's starting to rise up.
Mm-mm.
Well, then you'll handle it. I'll just be over here eating the rest of my sack lunch.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna looking for dead dry branches and start setting them on fire. But at the same time, I'm gonna like, okay, look, somebody throw him on one of these horses.
No one will throw me anywhere, he says as he stands, shakes his head. What happened? He kind of looks around. Yeah, he sees fire, flame. He sees the barbarian. He's like, he
Covered
does
in
have
blood
a
and
medallions. He has a medallions kind of swinging from his neck. He sees cannibalistic tendencies. And a young boy wearing goggles and swinging a flintlock.
You're coming with us. You're wanted for murder.
You're coming
Don't
with
struggle.
me.
Well, I mean, we're all going to the same place, so that's semantics.
Surely you're not headed back to Driftchapel.
Hello, Albert.
Scarlet? I didn't know you was back in town. Sorry, I'm waiting on that.
Well, pulled into port just earlier today, actually.
Just stopping by for a little lunch
Yes,
and
you
dinner.
know me. You know,
And a rest.
gotta
So if you'd like
stock
to
up on rations. You know, when I'm in town.
I can't
I'm
let
so quick at sea.
I can't let you guys arrest me today, guys.
Oh, but you could let those elves and dwarves beat you senseless and leave your body in the dirt.
Yeah, I was outnumbered.
Kayembe, like, makes a show of counting other people.
What devilry is this? Mathematics?
Yeah, I would
Quite
hazard
different.
that you're outnumbered now.
I'm walking over to sit under the bush on fire, but I'm paying attention to him.
Well, if you're going to arrest me, you might as well do it. What are you charging me with?
The murder of Edgar. What's his name?
Edgar.
Edgar.
The murder of Edgar. Do you know an Edgar?
I know an Edgar.
Well, then you killed him. Why did you do it?
What?
Oh, a deacon. He's a deacon.
Yes.
All right. If I killed him, what did I kill him with?
Your hook hand, I think.
His own arm.
We have the arm.
Yeah, Kayambe like
Well,
pulls
there
the
is.
arm out of her
Sucker
satchel. Like,
marks all
is this
over it.
familiar to you? And like waves it.
Well, is there any match between my hook and that severed arm? That looks like it was cut clean or yanked off by strong forces. I'm feeble.
Are you feeble because you just tried to resist arrest?
Yeah, I'm also cantankerous and salty.
Are you flammable?
Yes, quite.
No.
Briny, even.
No. Will you let...
Shh, don't ask him about how he lost that hand.
You should probably get out of here. The forest's on fire.
Let's just say the third date wasn't what they said it would be.
Kayambe's like looking at that watch again and is like, well, I guess I could let him go tonight and then just pick him up tomorrow because the play starts in like...
We should be heading back.
I'll go back with you. But if you're going to arrest me, don't arrest me out here in the wilds.
Sure. Okay.
What?
Why are you out here in the wilds?
Here, I'll tell you. He starts walking towards you, then he misty steps past you, and then starts dashing and running towards your iron horses that are back there.
I would like to dash, and then dash again because I'm a rogue, and I can do it as a bonus action and my main action. And I can, so 90 feet, 6 seconds.
All right.
I'm like the wind.
All right, yeah, you're catching up with him, and you're right there, and he's like, "You'll never take me alive." What about the rest of you? Samaritan's not far
I just
behind.
don't want him to take the horses and leave me here with these two law-abiding citizens.
God, what? I mean, Samaritan would pursue him, but doesn't really have anything he can throw at him at the moment. He's gonna have to put his torch down, and he doesn't want to do that just yet.
Kayambe will move 30 feet in that direction. How far are the horses from where he was laying before he misty stepped past us?
About 60 feet.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
more than that.
Kayambe will move 30 feet and cast Animate Dead on one of the bodies.
It's an elf. He's missing some of his appendages.
That's unfortunate.
In fact, they're animating inside her stomach now. Gross.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Ooh. Pleasant aftertaste.
Hello, Kayambe.
Let's do say that he has one arm though.
Boz,
That's just a, yes. And he's missing like a cut out of his leg too, like it's like a because I did say I was going to get some flank of elf.
Yeah,
Boz pulled out his flintlock and he's shot Albert from behind, and Albert drops. He's down, face first in the rain, bleeding.
Well, that was easy.
You're gonna want to treat those wounds.
Yeah. Kayambe will look at the undead elf now and just, well, don't just get him. Pick him up.
Get him. It's hard without a hand.
Well, that's not my fault. You shouldn't have been evil.
I shouldn't have been delicious. And he carries he like
I've said that
ties
before.
Albert to the horse like he's tying him around. This is a highly educated undead elf.
Thank you, undead elf. Nope, no bites. Nope,
No buddies.
no bites. She gives him the arm.
The evidence arm.
The evidence arm. So an elf got a
It's
hold
like
of it.
eat
It's
like
strange.
fried chicken. You just go around like a corn on the cob. You just go
Corn
around.
on the cob.
You just turn it.
You see, not far from you, Samaritan, and you no longer feel like burning the trees, but after you've set several on fire, you see a massive sea of frost blow past the area, coming from 4 directions, and floating about 3 feet above the ground are 5 personages who are hooded, robed, and are emitting an eerie green light.
Samaritan asks out loud why we haven't left yet.
Waiting on you, deputy, since we're like all by the horses. Like,
I mean, I'm
lighting trees on fire.
that was 2 rounds ago. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
That's 12 whole seconds, God.
And with that, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, the problem is that we have 2 iron horses and we have
The
We
4
have-
people?
4 people, and
Oh, that's no problem. You can hop on behind her, says Boz.
or we could leave you. And
Let's not.
all
I'm
right,
gonna try me, old man.
not that old, and yeah, I kind of do, but I won't.
The paperwork. I don't
paperwork.
have time.
The paperwork. Okay.
Touch a
All right.
juvenile in this town, see what happens.
Oh God.
He did sign a waiver. Oh, the paperwork.
The paperwork. Okay, let's go.
He did sign away.
Did
Yes.
sign a waiver.
Now sit
I'll-
behind old.
I will worry about arresting him later for obstructing me.
I assisted you. I apprehended him. You owe me money.
No,
In fact, I bet I could get a bounty for him. I'm gonna take him back myself.
I'm gonna. Can I kill him now?
No.
Okay. All right. This will be the last time I ask. Next, I'm just gonna do it.
All right.
Let's get on the horses.
You're on the
Let's get
horses,
on.
and you're returning back to the town of Driftchapel. You arrive just as dawn begins to break. The entire town of Driftchapel is covered in heavy fog. There are funeral processions being held for Edgar, who was slain cruelly in the streets.
Edgar.
Yes, what's left of him? He was delicious. And with that, we
You
end.
taste the righteousness.
we.
It's very light. It's like a light flavor. It's not bogged down with all that pseudo sin.
He was quite fluffy. And with that, we end our one shot in the shadows of Driftchapel. Albert Whitewhittle has been arrested. There is a growing tension between. No, they're not motorbikes, chat. These are like flying metal horse thingies that I think I stole from Sir. You are being hunted.
They're motorbikes.
Then with that, let's go ahead and conclude the adventure and kind of talk about how we enjoyed our wacky, zany, ridiculous Dark Gloom one-shot. Let's start with TK.
It's me. It's TK. I actually had a lot of fun. I love later period fantasy, and of course dark fantasy that's my big thing. Anything that's got like cultists, flintlocks, giant Puritan hats, battling churches. It's all fun. Elder gods, like mysterious
That is the
shadows
setting.
that grow as the sun sets. I am 100% always there. I'm like, yes. I don't this is my first time I've ever played a wizard. Definitely gonna play Kayembe again because I don't know, I just like she's sick of this shit. She's got things to do. And she's surprisingly not ineffective when it comes to stuff. I was like, oh, okay. It was interesting. I'll definitely reskin her for a future thing. I liked this. This was a lot of fun. I would definitely play this again.
Yeah, it's a really interesting setting, and the whole adventure we put together with just 3 random rolls and it generated all this, and it's like
Oh.
adventure was prepped and generated in less than 5 minutes. So just kind of ready to go adventures from level 1 through 20. And they have advice on how to scale all the monsters and everything. Next, her second foray into the cannibalistic world of Driftchapel, Love Lindy.
Hi. That was super fun. I had a blast with that. I like playing Scarlet, this is her cannibal incarnation in this lovely world of Driftchapel, and I'm having way too much fun with it. Finger sandwiches was a nice touch. I liked that. Thanks, Sebastian. Yeah. If I ran out of fingers, I was gonna start and he started getting more sassy, I was just gonna start using his. Fill out paperwork now. But yeah, I really like the setting. It's just enough creepy, and it's got the fun cults versus the 2 main church dynamic, which is always fun.
That's actually me. I added that because I like to deal with factions.
Factions can be a lot of fun, but I definitely like being a cultist. I don't get to play super obvious bad people often, so I thought it seems like the setting where I could just skip town every once in a while and get away with it, maybe. Fun. But yeah, I loved it so much, and the horses were really cool too. Those things were awesome.
Yeah, I stole those from Sir You Are Being Hunted, the video game where you kind of run around as robots. And I was like, yeah, they have those flying horse things every now and then. Let's throw those in there, because why not? And I liked making one explode on a tree.
Like the speeder bikes from Star Wars just crashed into a tree.
That's what I thought of too.
That was a lot of fun.
After killing an elf. Mr. Josh, Beard for Charity, jumping into the setting. How was the game for you?
Game's good. I wasn't sure how my crazy zealot person fit in, but he fit in. And it was fun threatening a lot of people and killing some others, and I feel like as dark as this little hour and a half chunk of play was, it could have been so much darker, and I like that.
And I'm running this for a number of my patron games, and yeah, they're going deep, dark, and pretty serious and grim on a lot of it.
All I did was set the forest on fire. I could have done much worse.
All I did was eat people.
Could have set Sebastian on fire.
I wanted to really bad.
So I have thrown the Kickstarter link in chat. Definitely check it out. Absolute Tabletop are good friends of the show, good friends of WebDM. Also, our sponsor, Tabletop Loot. Don't forget you can use the coupon code WebDM15 to get 15% off dice, shirts, mugs, etc. And why don't we outro and see where we can all find each other online. So let's start with TK.
I write spooky stories on the internet, and if you like spooky stories, you can go to tkjwrites.com and not pay any money and read some. Or you can follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. On Wednesdays, I am here playing Invisible Sun. I should start at the beginning of the week. On Sundays, I'm on Twitch TV /D&D playing Hell's Bells. On Tuesdays, I am on Don't Split the Podcast playing Demon Plague. Here on Wednesdays, I am here playing Invisible Sun, and on Thursdays, I am here playing Land Between Two Rivers. Hoping to have some very exciting news for another day of the week very soon. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
And Lindy, where can we find you online?
Oh, you can find me online pretty much everywhere as Laugh Love Lindy, mostly Twitch and Twitter. It's where I hang out, where I do a lot of D&D, Call of Cthulhu. I was terrible and I didn't post my schedule for this week, so I'm just gonna go over real quick because I have, a decently light week. So tomorrow I don't have anything actually. Nope. Tomorrow I'm on Roll Up on Encounter Roleplay, where we discuss our last out of 3 weeks of how to build a character in Call of Cthulhu. So if you want to know how to build a character in Call of Cthulhu, check it out. It's only 45 minutes, an hour long. It's gonna be real fun. Saturday, 8:30 Eastern PM. Check out Power Score RPG for the first episode of Hell's Rebels, where I'll be playing a fantastic little necromancer that I'm super duper excited about. It's gonna be an amazing game. Sunday, check out Project Athena on Grimjack 21502's channel. And then Tuesday, check out Encounter Roleplay for Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition, Carnival of Blood. I am DMing that. And then an hour later, I'm DMing a fun one-shot on my channel where I think this next week, Travis from WebDM will be playing as a guest. So that should be super duper fun. And then Wednesday, check out Encounter Roleplay in the afternoon for Call of Cthulhu 1 to 4. It's super amazing. We're going to be on episode 2 next week. I can't wait. So
And definitely check out the Encounter Roleplay Wednesday shows. They're super fun.
Oh, and also next Wednesday, more of this, but the second part of a one-shot we started yesterday, two-shot we started yesterday on Unmade Gaming's channel. So
Dun, dun, dun. Yes. That one, which has gone in a different direction. They just had a priest thrown through a window. They never left town. In fact, they stayed at the murder scene for an hour and 45 minutes in a 2-hour adventure.
And until I got the chum bucket of witness that I murdered and then brought a tentacle monster to murder a bunch of priests. It was great.
Townspeople came to ask what was going on, and like they just turned and killed them. And it was like Kiana was like, "No!" and like cleaves the guy in the stomach. Then
He said he was gonna raise like a mob, and we were like, "No mobs, death."
Well, yes. And last but not least, Josh.
I'm the lame-o that doesn't do anything. I'm on Twitter at Beer for Charity. I'm also on Twitch at Beer for Charity, although I haven't been streaming recently. I'm getting back into it. I'm in no games. I do nothing. Someone help me. And that's all I got. Please help me. I have cat feet. Yes, I'm living between two rivers.
And I am Grant Ellis. I'm an independent content creator for tabletop role-playing games with an emphasis on Dungeons & Dragons and Cypher System. I'm running 4 Invisible Sun campaigns across 4 channels, Off the Table, here on WebDM, and Eric Vulgaris' Once Upon a Game channel, and soon to be on Grimjack 21502's channel. They're a lot of fun. I am a producer here for Twitch on WebDM, where I produce Starward Bound on Tuesdays, Land Between Two Rivers on Thursdays, which I also play in. If you ever need to get a hold of my schedule, you can follow me at WisePapaGrant on Twitter. I tend to post it as often as I can. So thank you all so very much, and have an excellent evening. Goodbye.